won a BAFTA, a British
What?
Academy of Film and Television Arts Award for computer graphics, despite
What?
the fact that, well, he was not computer generated.
Wow. No way. So this was actually people will genuinely believe in this was AI. Did people not know that it was the actual actor that was doing this? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Your fellow Gen Z, Brit, a very curious mind, and today I feel like a question that's been on my mind is gonna be answered today. Hopefully, at least, guys. We're gonna be checking out who the hell was Max Headroom or Headroom or however you pronounce his name. We're gonna be checking out a video from the Nostalgia channel. Links to the original video will be in the description below. But guys, like, I have so many questions when it comes to the individual. Like, you guys are telling me like he's this AI person, but that's not actually AI. He was acting it out, and apparently he was like a phenomenon in the 80s or around that time period. And you guys know I love going back in time just to figure stuff out, especially what's going on over there in the US. But yeah, so today I feel like hopefully this was gonna be giving some more perspective. But yeah, guys, look, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well as turn on the notifications. As you can see, road to 60k at the top, and don't forget to smash that like button, guys, and comment, help me get boosted into the algorithm, and as well let me know that you guys want to see more. And of course, guys, look, that's pretty much it. That being said, let's get straight into this one. Let's go.
Hi there, and yes, it is little old moi. Isn't that wonderful? But wait, I can hear some of you thinking, do I know him?
Okay, this gets
That
a
was
little
creepy.
weird and complicated, so let me try my best. Max Headroom was a fictional artificial intelligence character.
Okay. Still alive out there?
Fictional artificial intelligence character. So he's not real, but he plays a character that is AI. Okay, I think I got it.
Artificial intelligence character.
Still alive out there?
Good. This is Max.
Although he was called the first computer-generated
He looks
TV
so
personality,
weird.
that was all parody. His computer-generated appearance was simply the work of elaborate prosthetics
Whoa, wow.
and a blue screen.
Please say hello to Max Headroom, if this is working. There's Max right there.
Wow.
Played by the immensely talented Matt Frerer, Max Headroom became a pop culture phenomenon in the 1980s and
Mad
early
about
90s.
Max.
Mike! Michael! No! Mike! I could have blocked that shot.
Sure, Max.
But the story of the character goes beyond a few Coca-Cola commercials and TV appearances.
Hi. Do you remember the first time you tried kissing? But now. And when you first tried Coke, I bet you said, not for me. But hey, let's not let first impressions sway, and let's try Coke again, shall we? Because once you've acquired that new wave taste, you're going to want to try it again, and again. Coke's delightful. The second. Catchy, isn't it? Catch the
Wow.
wave. Coke.
After the explosion
Wow.
of MTV in the United States, Channel 4 in England was looking to capitalize on the popularity of music videos.
In England,
But they needed a charismatic host who could weave the videos together and offer some commentary. Conceived by Rocky Morton, he envisioned a parody of the way music videos were currently being presented, which was a boring old talking head, and other than MTV, was often hosted by a middle-class white guy in a suit.
Oh,
Rocky wanted
right.
to take that idea, exaggerate it, and make it fully computer-generated, or to at least appear that way.
Who was it said that observing the United States is like watching an epic movie? Oscar Wilde?
Woody Allen?
Max
This is so creepy.
Just think, they've got an actor for a president, economic advisors called projectionists. Even their latest defense strategy is named after a film, Star Wars.
Rocky and his wife/creative partner Annabelle Jankel were known for their very dark, high-concept sci-fi-like ideas.
Wow.
They would famously be known as the directors and visionaries of the, 1993 disaster film, Super Mario Bros. But that's for
Disaster.
another video. Along with George Stone, the trio wanted to give this new TV host a complex backstory. One that they could hint at and, if successful, build upon. So with that thinking, in 1985, the Max Headroom show hit the airwaves.
Max Headroom had a show.
Now on for...
Yeah, I bet you do, Harry. Yeah, you too. Just chatting away to Harry back there.
The show and character were an immediate success. It was unique and unlike anything seen on television at the time.
Yeah, this is
If that
bad.
hasn't got Oscar written all over it, I'll eat my invitation to the award ceremony.
Not only did it captivate audiences, it fooled critics, as Max won a BAFTA, a British
What?
Academy of Film and Television Arts Award for computer graphics, despite
What?
the fact that, well, he was not computer generated.
Wow. No way. So this was actually people will generally believe in this was AI. Did people not know that it was the actual actor that was doing this? Or am I misunderstanding how he described what was going on here? Because it seems like people weren't aware that he was an actual AI or a person. But that's mad though. If it did fool people. You guys let me know. Did it fool you guys watching?
Hey, who are you talking to?
What?
Knowing they had a hit on their hands, Channel 4, in partnership with HBO, launched Max Headroom 20 Minutes into the Future, a cyberpunk television film that would offer the backstory for Max.
Gorster, I'm calling you on the link. How come this story is pulled?
Edison, it's pulled.
So here goes. The film would introduce Edison Carter, played by Matt Frerer, a TV reporter who discovers that his employer, Network 23, has created a new form of subliminal advertising that can be fatal in some viewers.
In some subjects, it causes a short circuit. Some particularly slothful, perpetual viewers literally explode. Simple as that.
Wow.
All of this is taking place in a dystopian future, by the way. While trying to escape the network to expose their evil plans, Edison
gosh.
suffers a head injury when he hits a low clearance sign labeled Max Headroom 2.3 meters.
Oh.
The story gets a little complex from here, when a young scientist from the network computerizes Edison's brain, but then decides to dispose of both the computer files and Edison's body.
Wow.
But the hired goons, who are to dispose of everything, end up selling both of them on the black market.
Max Headroom. He could have his own show.
Big time. This is Max Headroom on Big Time Television. And what I want to know is, don't Eskimos ever get bored with their weather
What are they
forecast?
wearing?
Eventually, Edison wakes up and teams up with Max to take down the evil network. There's a lot of other sci-fi stuff that takes place in between.
When did you first learn that blipverts cause people to spontaneously explode?
What a load of bollocks.
Parrots are only one rung above politicians.
That's
though.
so British.
No.
That is so British. Oh, what a load of bollocks. I mean, okay. All right. Tell me you're British without telling me you're British.
Blipverts cause people to spontaneously explode.
What a load of bollocks.
Parrots are only one rung above politicians, though. You always know when they're lying. Their lips move.
But this is the backstory as to why he's a computer-generated character and why he's called Max Headroom. Interestingly enough, since the character's boom in popularity, governments actually...
Oh, Max Head. Okay, so because he hit his head on the sign that said Max Headroom, that's how he got his name, and this is like the backstory to him. Interesting.
Interestingly enough, since the character's boom in popularity, governments actually changed signs from Max Headroom to Maximum Height. Like the Max Headroom show,
Yeah,
the
'cause it's not
TV
like that
film
now.
received rave reviews, which prompted a 14-episode series for ABC simply called Max Headroom. All of this is happening while the original music video series is still running, which ran for 3 seasons and a Christmas special.
Merry Christmas, Santa Claus. Merry Christmas, you're a lovely guy.
And a random factoid, Channel 4's Max Headroom Christmas special was written by Game of Thrones' George R.R. Martin. And if Max wasn't popular enough, Cinemax ran a 6-part series in 1987 called The Original Max Talking Headroom Show.
Wow.
And like all great pop culture phenomenons, Max would transcend the silver screen into the world of advertising. In 1986, Max would become the spokesperson for New Coke, urging Americans to catch the wave.
Ah, he seemed like a big deal.
I heard you were big time in the old pop biz. Well, I'm going to take that as a no comment. So, nitty-gritty time. What I'm talking about, and you're not, is that more people prefer the new refreshing taste of Coke over Pepsi. Sweating? It's true. More people are, as we Cokeologists say, catching the wave. Catch it if you can. Catch the wave. Coke.
But despite his popularity in the clever adverts, which were directed by a young Ridley Scott, New Coke was a bomb. And just as he was everywhere, by 1988, he was nowhere. His shows were canceled, New Coke was done, and the world had seemingly moved on from the character.
Wow, that's actually kind of sad, you know, because I was wondering why I've never heard of him. And of all the 80s videos that I've done so far, you guys know I've done quite a few now. He's someone that I've never came across until recently. And 80s is probably one of the decades that I probably covered the most on this channel. So it's to say, like, I'm shocked I'm only just finding out about him now, but it seems like he didn't last that long. Kind of kind of reminds me like a pet rock thing. Like, you know, when I have a tier list of some of the silliest things that existed before I was born, like pet rocks, Max Headroom is probably gonna be like around. Because if people thought he was real, but then again, I don't know, because I guess this time as well, because I'm living in a world where AI is a whole thing, which is actually I'm gonna even talk, that even reminds me as well, because AI is getting scarily like accurate in replacing real life people. I need to do a video on that, and I'll show you guys just what I'm talking about. But yeah, like the fact that if this convinced people at that time, it goes to show like the novelty of of technology can really fool people, man.
By a young Ridley Scott, New Coke was a bomb. And just as he was everywhere, by 1988, he was nowhere. His shows were canceled, New Coke was done, and the world had seemingly moved on from the character.
It's been a great show. We're sorry that it's through. Goodbye is such a sad word.
Am I gonna get copyrighted for this?
So let's just say adieu.
Now, I would be remiss if I didn't mention something known as the Max Headroom incident. On the November 22nd, 1987 broadcast of Doctor Who, 2 Chicago-based TV stations had their signals hijacked in an act of video piracy. In the middle of the program, after some distortion, a video of a person wearing a Max Headroom mask was displayed.
What?
The video is creepy and weird and features someone getting spanked in the end. It's all bizarre.
Oh my gosh.
The first signal hijack lasted about 25 seconds, with the second lasting close to 90 seconds. Imagine you're watching Doctor Who and suddenly this appears on your TV screen.
No way.
It's a little reminiscent of the Purge emergency broadcast signal. By the 1990s, Max Headroom would vanish.
No, you guys, if any of you guys watched that live, let me know what you thought about that, because that sounds crazy. No way they got hijacked and this was what was going on the screen. Max Headroom, a fake version of him getting hacked. I mean, getting spanked. Wow. Oh, gosh.
By the 1990s, Max Headroom would vanish into the sunset, only to appear again in the late 2000s to help promote Channel 4's switch to digital.
I was big once. Back in the 80s, I was bigger than big.
Yeah, I know.
While I never truly experienced Max Headroom in his glory days, I have since become a huge fan.
Oh, Eminem's
He's way before his time, is oddly captivating, and quite funny.
So let's not be formal. I'm going to call you George, Okay, and you can call me Mr. Headroom. Great, no problems there. Are we happy?
I'm delirious.
Attaboy.
Ecstatic.
No, actually, George, I don't want to be unfair. I'm just lovable old Max. To everyone else, so what makes you different from others?
What say you? Were you a fan of Max Headroom? Do you think this type of character could work today? Let us know in the comments.
You know, that is a very interesting question that you said at the end, and I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Do you think a certain type of Max Headroom or a modern day version could work today? I've got a kind of say in this to some degree, considering what's going on now. Like, because what he just said at the end there about how Max Headroom was ahead of his time, which is so like, it's kind of dark when you think about the way AI has taken over the 2020s. Like, all of a sudden now people are talking about how AI can like replace jobs. People are like, in the last couple of years as well, like we've seen ChatGPT, take over, and then before you know it, these videos that look so real nowadays, that are sweeping the internet. Like, I've even came across some videos, which if you guys want me to show you some, that I'll do a whole reaction on them, of these like AI created historic videos that look pretty convincing. Like, it's kind of scary, but just considering how, within the last 2-3 years, this is now like the AI has taken over so much. And so when I think back to, a Max Headroom, it's like, it's crazy to think about just how ahead of time this was. But look, this is so interesting. I was not expecting to uncover this whole story here, from a broadcast getting hijacked to Max Headroom seemed like he didn't last for that long, but he's quite popular, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. I'll be even more curious to see kind of what the actual real character thought about this whole Max Headroom thing, because everybody knows you as some fictional, AI generated image. I'll be very curious to see if anybody actually wanted to know who was behind the image later on down the line, when people figured out that he wasn't real. What was the real guy like? Kind of curious about that. But yeah, guys, look, that's been my reaction to that. I'd love to know what you guys thought about this video. What memories of Max Headroom or Headroom do you guys have that did this bring back to life? I'd love to know in the comments below. And again, did you guys think he was a fictional character, or did you guys not fall for it? Like, was there genuinely people that didn't think he was, or that thought he was genuinely AI? I would love to know that in the comments below. But of course, guys, if you made this point, comment down purple heart so I know who my real ones are, or #flexer for those of you guys that don't have emojis. And yeah, don't forget to like the video before you head out. And yeah, if you guys want to see some more throwback videos of me checking out some cool things from the 80s, then I've got playlists you can check out at the end of the video. But guys, of course, with that being said, I've been your boy JayFlex, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.